Inspector, I was given evidence that proved it. Well, suggested it.
Where is this evidence?
I think it might still be in the crew quarters. It's called first class. I believe Miss Underdown is still with her male companion in the tea room. I presume the sobbing from the cabin is Miss Gerland, and Mr. Rosane is on deck.
Your crew? And a certain major?
My first mate is in the crew quarters, and a porter is working in the storage room. Ah, yes, you mean Major Rawson. He's actually been in the infirmary with sickness since our first day at sea.
Oh, nice of him to tell me now. Oh, when will this incompetence end?
What is that god-awful smell? It smells like...
Death. Oh, and lucky me gets to clean the trail all the way to the cabins.
Oh, there'll be people jumping overboard.
I'll be the first.
I need to ask you a few questions.
Go on. I wouldn't say suspicious. He was just one of the crew. I hadn't seen him before.
Arsene Lupin is on board, and you didn't think it could have been him in disguise?
If it was him, he didn't seem like a bad guy. Quite polite, actually.
Not a bad guy. When will people realize he's just a criminal who speaks like a gentleman? This old dog's still got some new tricks. How does he do it? It's going to be out. Get your head in the game. And that must mean...
You're back already? With your build?
Just answer the question.
You could if you wanted, but I wouldn't recommend it. I've only just fixed this one.
So, it could be done. The question is, has it?
There was no relaxing for him on board.
Inspector Ganimard or Arsene Lupin?
Both, it would seem.
Both living up to their names, just in different capacities.
I presume Inspector Ganimard wasn't having as much fun, though.
I need to ask you some questions.
Of course, Inspector. Nothing. Wish I had, though. We could do without reward money.
Not bothered about stopping a notorious criminal?
And that too.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Huh?
How can I help? Watch. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been saying that to the captain for ages.
And he hasn't provided one?
He's as stingy as he is stupid.
He's obviously thought about it for some time.
What are you implying?
That it wouldn't be difficult to slip one out of there, and no one would know.
I'm not gonna stand here and be called a thief. Okay, mine's a mess. Just give me a second to tidy it up.
This is becoming a bit of a recurring factor.
I don't mean to. Give me a second to go back over the facts. And, yeah.
How can I help? Watch. I don't know what you're talking about. Not me. On my wage? Not likely.
He's disgruntled about his wage. Maybe he stole it to sell on.
Why do I get the feeling you already have? Probing questions, you're accusing.
This is becoming a bit of a recurring factor.
I don't mean to. Give me a second to go back over the facts. And, yeah.
How can I help? Watch. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been saying that to the captain for ages.
And he hasn't provided one?
He's as stingy as he is stupid.
He's obviously thought about it for some...
On my wage? Not.
He's disgruntled about his wage.
I don't have to.
I know it's been a few years.
My memory is as sharp as it's always been.
Let's get back to what really happened then.
How can I help? What? I've been saying that to the captain for ages.
And he hasn't provided...
He's as stingy as he is stupid.
He's obviously...
On my wage? Not likely.
He's disgruntled about his wage.
Okay, mine's a mess.
Oh, that won't be necessary. Unless there's something you don't want me to see.
I, need to explain.
Bingo.
I didn't steal it, I swear. A guest, Bernard, gave it to me, and when I found out it was a captain's, I panicked and I hid it. I was going to return it.
Looks like young Bernard has some explaining to do.
Yes. Besides my honor, dignity,
I meant more like a diary.
my pocketbook. Where did you find it? You found it by chance, didn't you? Great police work, detective.
It's Inspector.
Carry on like this. No wonder he's open. It's called common sense. That would be obvious to anyone. You're supposed to be an inspector for good. Master thief? Pooh. Oh, no, no. How does he do it? It's going to be a lot. This old dog's still got some new tricks.
What can I do to help? The one I gave to the first mate?
So, you admit it?
I admit that I gave it to him to add to the lost property. Is something the matter?
Something will be when I get my hands on that first mate.
Yes?
That's ridiculous. It was the night before I was arrested, not last night.
But you said the captain had you locked up. Why didn't you correct me?
I thought you would have known. Lupin mugged me in broad daylight yesterday. I was found unconscious in the storage room.
Yet another time where I'm a puzzle piece short because people refuse to cooperate. I need to review the facts.
No, it all happened so fast. But I would look at Bernard. From my own investigation, tracking, I've never seen him go to a cabin. I'd bet money that he's Lupin.
If that's true, I might have my prize yet. I should check the guest information. Huh?
Not as clever as you think, huh? Carry on like this. I'm hot on your heels now. How does he do it? Who said I'm getting slow in my old age? Just some good old-fashioned police work. Get your head in the game. It's called common sense. No wonder he's always... Then that must mean... You're supposed to be an inspector. It's going... Not as clever as you think, huh? Oh, no. No wonder he's... Who said I'm getting slow in my old age?
Have you found them yet? I've had the only key with me at all times. Father told me to keep it close.
Good advice.
He also said to write down the safe combination so I wouldn't forget it. Fat lot of use that did. Now who's shouting?
You told me you only left your cabin once. I want the truth. Who were you meeting?
It wasn't that thief, I promise. I met with a man after dinner last night. No one can know that I'm courting a commoner.
As if I care about her love life. What I do care about is another window of opportunity. How does he do it? Master thief? Pooh.
Oh.
Inspector, judging by the sun,
I already know.
I didn't want you to think any less of me.
That would be a challenge.
It went missing while Mr. Rosaine was in custody. That's why we released him.
Uh-huh. Huh? Oh.
Inspector, the guests have one key to use during their stay, and I have the master key. Although,
What now?
well, it's gone missing. I've got everyone looking for it. My first mate says he gave it to me. I don't know why he'd lie to my face. Check the key log if you don't believe me.
So the captain is too incompetent to even hold on to a key. Maybe the vents aren't how Lupin's been sneaking around.
How can I help? Look, I put my hands up. I lost the storage key, so I signed out the master key.
And then you lost that as well?
No. Captain asked for the master key. I gave it to him. The end. Now he's trying to say I didn't.
It's a case of he said, she said. All I know is someone's lying. That would be obvious to anyone. It's called commons. You're supposed to be an just some good old-fashioned police work. I'm hot on your heels now. Carry on like this. It's going to be... Get your head in the game. This old dog's still got some new tricks.
It's time. I want everyone gathered on the deck.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests aboarding.
Yeah. Yes, all right.
At least let me say good afternoon. I have an important announcement. A message from... Hey, what are you... Give me that. That's mine.
I want everyone on the deck. And
Give it here. Inspector Ganimard would like all guests to convene on the deck. He has something he'd like to... No! This is my ship.
Arsene Lupin, the fat lady is singing, and you are mine. Miss, if you don't mind.
No, simply Bernard Andrézy. Surely you haven't forgotten me already?
How many years have I been chasing you? Even in disguise, I couldn't forget those eyes, my old friend.
He can deny his identity all he wants. I've got the evidence to see him locked up for the rest of his days.
It was the captain's?
You can stop the amateur dramatics. You gave it to the only first mate in history stupid enough to leave his captain's stolen watch in his own locker.
Oh, really?
He was trying to set me up.
I was trying to help you. If you thought about anything besides money for just a second.
That's rich.
I didn't think I would be arrested for trying to help an inspector.
You were helping no one but yourself, with Roseanne as an easy target.
Pardon?
But the kicker was the camera roll. How could you have gotten into his cabin to take the photographs?
Have they been recovered?
I'll find them, don't you worry. I know when you took your opportunity. After I finally got the truth out of her.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. The inspector's just annoyed that he had to do some actual police work.
And there he is.
Keep calm. There's no reason to lose your head now. Quick, say something smart.
Arsène Lupin? Let's take a walk.
Nailed it.
You are a fool, Lupin exclaimed. Arsène Lupin sailed under the name of Yes, another of your tricks. A false scent that deceived them at Havre. You play a good game, my boy, but this time luck is against you, the inspector barked. His arms were brought behind his back, and with a clink of iron, the once elusive and master thief Arsène Lupin was marched from the ship with a rather pleased Inspector Ganimard following close behind. And that's how Inspector Ganimard finally caught his white whale.
For starters, the inspector might consider himself a behemoth of a man, but he certainly didn't lord over me like that. Just the thought of such an image makes my hair stand on end.
But it was you the whole time? Disguised as D'Andrézy?
I can't say that was the case for the whole voyage. Where would the fun in that have been?
You were disguised as someone else? But oh, my head is spinning.
You wanted to hear the events aboard La Provence? Well, here is my truth. Let's pick up where Bernard left off.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You may have heard rumors around the ship about an unwanted guest. I can assure you there is nothing to worry about, and the matter is all in hand. Not that there is a matter to be in hand. Thank you. How's that? You think they believe me? The light? Yes, it's still on. It's what? It's what?
The captain obviously received my camera roll and note.
Bernard? Did you hear that?
Sorry? Oh, yes, I suppose you don't really know anyone. I just had a feeling about Monsieur Arsene.
I wouldn't have suspected a thing without Bernard here. You were right. The whole thing was exciting.
Without your skills of distractions, I would not have been able to search his cabin and learn the truth.
I'll just go and sit alone with my jewellery now we know it's safe. I'm obviously just getting in the way.
There's no need for that. Please, just wait.
A little over the top, if you ask me. Although, the mention of her jewels is rather tantalizing. This may require further investigation.
May I ask, why target her?
You must have forgotten her previous insult.
To you?
To Bernard? Maybe that's because you don't have as much to lose.
And that justifies stealing from her?
Rudeness is the weak's imitation of strength. How else was she to learn some manners?
Do you have a moment?
What can I do for you? I've had it for weeks. I think it's getting worse.
A doctor would supply you the necessary medicine.
Do I look like I've got 1,000 francs to hand over to a doctor? Just grin and bear it.
Coughing in guests' faces is hardly grinning and bearing. For anyone.
Huh.
You didn't have to stomp off like that.
I thought you were going to help me instead of gallivanting around with that man.
I said I would, and I will. Do you have your note ready? And you've agreed to meet?
I've made it clear that I must see him urgently.
Very well. Stay here in your cabin. I'll make sure it reaches him. Bernard?
Oh, I was just coming to check everything was okay.
It's fine, really. She's just feeling a little under the weather. I spoke with the nurse on board, but they're running low on medicine.
A ship this size with no medical supplies? Does she need them urgently?
I'm sure she'll survive. It sounds like Major Rawson was hell-bent on using everything for his seasickness.
I wonder if Major Rawson has any medical supplies left in his cabin.
She's asked for some space, so I'm going to take the opportunity to relax in the tea room.
Huh. Ah,